What is up, Mythguardians? Leap Daniel here, and I'm coming at you with an amazing deck for Halloween. I think the color combination here is just perfect for the season. You know, we've got the spirits from purple. Green is always interested in grave recursion, so that's very thematic. And red provides that pure aggression that will really make your opponent scream. We've got the perfect cards here. We've got all kinds of ghosts and werewolves and clowns. It's perfect for Halloween. So I call this deck Halloween Haunting. And it's a fast burn deck, but it's got lots of grave recursion, so it can last pretty well into the late game too, I think, and it really puts your opponent on the clock. So you've got Canine Handler to search out Nine-Tailed Vixen, which can bring all your spirits back. Auspicious Forecast puts some amazing spirits into your boneyard. Hopeless Necromantic is not here to bring back really big stuff necessarily, just bring back a 2-mana 4/4 or a Wailing Yokai. It's still good on turn 3 or something to have a 2/3 that turns into another good body. You've just got all kinds of burn with Jaded Courtier, Corrupt Prayer Wheel, Wailing Yokai. Reckless Vulcanist can often make that last damage inevitable. Same for Call from the Grave and Guise of Phobos. And even Terror of Care. It's like a 5th Reckless Vulcanist, but when your opponent blocks it, you just destroy it and deal damage to them that way. So I think this deck is pretty great at going face, as well as staying on board. It's got some amazing lurker minions too, you know, Melano, Soul Shepherd, Jaded Courtier, Nine-Tailed Vixen can all hide behind stuff that you'd rather trade with. So I think it's really nice. So let me show you some games with it. And maybe you can spook your friends this October with this deck. Alright, our first game is against the Puffin Man. So we have 1-drops purple. So we hide our little ghost in the corner to suck off 1 health every turn. We burn 1 Reckless Vulcanist for another. And he guards our ghost. And the Puffin Man just doesn't have anything to play here. He plays Ready for Anything, but that's not really going to help him too much. So we play the Wailing Yokai on the other side. So he has to decide which side to address. And both sides are causing him stress here. He takes out our clown, but now our yokai can handle him. And we play Led Astray to preserve our Jaded Courtier. And he's already down to 11 health. Now, this is his signature combo. This is why he played Ready for Anything, so that his Plague Maidens would survive even in winter. And so now it's hard for me to get a threat to stick on the board. I play something on either side, and he can take out my clown immediately, but it's pretty hard for him to address the left side. So he plays Ghoul, and he plays Maze just to block. And I trade and deal 1. So my Necromantic right now will just bring back a Jaded Courtier. So that's not much, but it's something. But he gives it Blight. So it's looking rough for me. But I play Nameless Poet and bring out something with Warded. A Warded Wailing Yokai. So there's not really much he can do about that because it has Warded. It won't suffer from his Plague Maidens. And he doesn't know that I have Guise of Phobos in hand. And so I can push, even with the attack reduction of Blight. I have 3 Guise of Phobos, so really overkill, but there you go. And that was it. I got him. So you can see that he was pretty afraid the whole time. So if you want to make your opponent afraid like that on Halloween, then give this deck a try. Here we've got a game against Phantom Shotten. And we open with Auspicious Forecast, which is always a good card to open with. It really loads your boneyard with some good things to recur. And I play Canine Handler. I guess I forged it turn 1, so that's good. I have a Wailing Yokai, but no purple to burn. Oh, there we go. So now I have Canine Handler and Racer, but I don't play Racer because I want to get a better trade. So now I've got my Vixen, and that's amazing when you've played Auspicious Forecast, because then you're just getting back 2 mana 4/4s all the time. And there's another Auspicious Forecast. So my Vixen is in really good shape. It's even got armor from the Canine Handler. I led astray one of his dudes, and I killed the other with Vixen's Deadly, and that allowed me to deal a lot of damage. His Short Stag is helping him a little bit. And here I'm just trying to clear. And now I'm really threatening a lot. He only has 10 health left. He deals overrun damage, but that doesn't really matter. But that Necromantic really does put up a nice wall. I give my Vixen Agile, and then the Carney deals the finishing blow. So again, you can see how this deck really applies a lot of pressure. Here we have a game against a champion, Logic. And I think, unfortunately, here you'll see some of the difficulties of playing a 3-color deck that's trying to go fast, because sometimes you just don't have the gems you need. So I clear with Racer and Shadow. And I'd really like to get Corrupt Prayer Wheel online, but I also want to develop my board. I think maybe I should have played Corrupt Prayer Wheel, but here you see Led Astray would be really nice, but I just don't have the gems for it. So I trade with Racer and Shadow. And now with Infuse, he can handle my board pretty well. And you see he's got so much resources already with his red-orange value. And I still haven't even played Corrupt Prayer Wheel. So I used Led Astray on his Oak of Dodona, but even that didn't really do that much. So I try to protect my Vixen and just recur value that way. But Pride of Place, of course, handles that. And now I can't even bring my Vixen back with Call from the Grave. So instead I have to settle for a Racer to prevent him from getting life gain. And hope to get, I don't know, something crazy with Guise of Phobos. But even then, my Wailing Yokai is gone. I should be getting something back from the Boneyard. Yeah, Reckless Volcanist. But He's lined up to take me out. So Guys of Phobos gets me more than halfway there, but wasn't enough. And that's game. So I hope you got a good sense of the deck, and I hope you try it out for Halloween. So good luck with it, and have fun, Mythguardians.